What is there to time if not the marker of where we've been, where we are, and where we're headed? Throughout it all, we give importance to our existence by creating. And out of the toil comes satisfaction and service, a life ethos that the folks at Time Anchor Distillery know very well. And to walk us through it all enters Shana Ray Wilby, founder of this here magic. There's something almost poetic in naming a distillery Time Anchor. Or am I overreaching?
We take the time to make an uncompromising product. So time for us was a very thought out word. And then anchor, we wanted to be an anchor in our community. So bring people back into the Johannesburg CBD. We mainly industrial, we make product, we're a production facility. So it was important to have a mix between that, but we also have a lot of visitors to our distillery because we offer tours and tastings and experiences here. And Mabuneng, for me, just where everyone is here and the creativity that's around was really important. I wanted to be around like-minded people and entrepreneurs. And that's really important, that when you come here, you feel the energy of the city.
What would you say is different between the products that you create and what's been out there for years?
There's quite a big differentiation. So when we started in 2013, we were the first distillery to set up in Johannesburg. So as a craft distillery, a small artisanal distillery, we make everything on a small batch scale. We actually take like natural products and take our juniper berries and our coriander seed and our licorice root and all of our citrus, and we weigh them out by hand and then put them into our distillation equipment and create our alcohol. Or if we're doing our whiskey, we weigh out all of our grains by hand. So definitely the smaller batch and the attention to detail that you get with that is a main differentiator. And also your story and what your essence is as a company. And for me in particular and with my team, it's to create something that people are as passionate about as we are.
Speaking of stories, you have a signature product in the name of Mirari, which is a gin.
Yes.
What is the narrative behind that?
With our original Time Anchor London Dry, it did a very good job and it stood on the shelf, but I needed something that told people how amazing our product was without them having to taste it, because in retail it's a very different market. So I looked at creating a new gin, and the one was our blue gin, which is the first one in our Mirari range, and it changes color when you add tonic water, so it goes from blue to pink. So people at our tastings would go, wow, that's amazing, and they would marvel at it. And it was going to originally be into our Time Anchor brand, and I just saw that it had the potential to actually be a bit more than that. So I decided to create its own brand and call it Mirari, which is an old Latin word that means to marvel or to wonder at. So we've now got our blue gin, our Mirari pink gin, and then our Mirari amber gin, which is our 3 stables in that. And then we've done a limited edition celebration gin that has 23 karat gold in that. And that's a homage to the fact that we're Joburg's first distillery, because the unique thing to Gauteng is gold.
Where does your knowledge of creating all of these products stem from?
I'm completely 100% self-taught in the art of creating alchemy here. And it started the entire journey, if I really have to trace it back. My grandmother worked in a pharmacy and had access to medical grade ethanol. And we'd go into her garden and infuse it with different roses and flowers and make a very basic perfume. And it was all of this, and I was always exposed to it, and I had quite entrepreneurial parents. But when you're passionate about something, I think it's really important that it comes through, because when you're passionate about it, no matter how hard it is, you understand it, or you ask somebody and you reach out to people that can help you reach and aspire to what your goal is.
Where do you think the gin industry is at right now?
What's amazing about gin is that no 2 gins are alike. Is that it's not just what botanicals, the herbs, fruits, berries, spices that you put into your gin. It's not just where you get them from. It's also your method in production. So you can have easily 3,000 different gins on the South African market that all taste different. It reminds me a lot of wine. You have that different expression in each one. And people have gone from having 1 gin for a gin and tonic to having between 3 and 4 gin brands at home, which is fantastic because they're supporting our local distilleries, they're supporting our local brands, and not just choosing one and going, well, it's the most popular, so I'm going to drink that. They're actually making it more about what taste they enjoy.
So what does your day-to-day look like?
We open up at 7 in the morning, we come in, and we would have measured all of our gin botanicals from the day before, so everything would have been meticulously weighed out and checked, and we would put them now into our new still, Emmeline, and we would start the distillation process. So it depends on what we're making, depending on the day. All of our gins are done differently, so some might actually have been measured and weighed out and left in neutral alcohol to sit for 3 days before the distillation.
Who is this beauty referred to as Emmeline? A bronze and silver plated state-of-the-art still capable of brewing the most exquisite gin this side of the earth.
So we're constantly monitoring her. Every 10 minutes she gets checked, and we check the taste of the product coming off as well. That's really important from a consistency point of view. Even though we're a small batch, we still want people to enjoy the same good quality over and over. While that's happening, we'll also then be bottling and labeling our products. So everything is bottled here on site, hand bottled. So we use our bottling machine, bottled, hand closed. So all of our closures go in by hand. Then all the labels are stuck in by hand as well. So it depends on the day. We might have cut the labels the day before, and then we handwrite our batch on the back of each one.
What goes outside the bottle is equally as magical as the contained brew. Tending to both are two more industrious ladies here at Time Anchored Distillery, namely Tiny and Lydia.
Now, Tiny, you play a very important role in the whole distillation process. What is it that you do actually?
I distill, and to distill we need to measure our botanicals, and this is our scale that we use to measure our botanicals. We measure everything that we use for our recipes, and after that we blend our alcohol, we put it into 43%, and then after that we infuse. After infusing, we make sure that our gin is clean, and we filter it before putting into the bottles.
Packaging Mirari is a crucial step in the process. How do you create all of that magic?
Yes, from the start, we bring our boxes, and then we start from the scratch, folding them. We place them there, and then we go to the labels. When the bottles are being filled there, we take the closures, we close them, everything we do here by hand. We do labeling by hand, we do the sealing by hand, and then after that, we wipe our bottles so that they are clean. After that, we take them, we package them like this. That's how we can face it. You close them like that, so that our gin looks more representable. That's our mineral gin.
Time, a three-dimensional invention. Time, a marker of our triumphs. With time, all is distilled to produce the perfect brew. Time, that which anchors us.